Deputies say two men were seen taking items from a Union Pacific train. This was yesterday in Tracy. One of those suspects, identified as Rafael Montoya Velasquez, ran from deputies because of a drone couldn't see where the suspect was hiding. K-9 Duke was sent in. Duke found him, but also was stabbed multiple times. Though the suspect was taken into custody, we know Duke did die from his injuries. Duke's loss hitting the sheriff's office very hard.
This is the first in the line of duty death where a suspect has killed our dog. We had one killed about 10 or 15 years ago that was shot while making an entry on a house, and unfortunately a different agency was inside the house with us and saw the dog, didn't know it was the canine, and accidentally shot that dog.
The law enforcement community not the only ones mourning the loss. Fox 40's Karma Dickerson joining us now live after speaking with those who knew the dog long before he was named Duke. Karma.
Absolutely, Nikki. We're coming to you from the state capitol, and of course, just over my shoulder is the Peace Officers Memorial, and we're talking about a remembrance of a different type of peace officer, of course, here today. And in setting out to find out more about Duke, we came upon a pretty remarkable story and really learned that the sheriff's office are not the first people to fall in love with this dog. This German Shepherd may look as if he was born to be a police canine, but actually, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Everybody, meet Patrick.
That's the first time Amy and Matthew Chapman met their new foster puppy, then named Patrick. To be clear, he was always intended to be a working dog, so their job:
teach him basic obedience, house manners, potty training, and get him comfortable in every environment that he may encounter as a future guide dog for somebody who is visually impaired.
But after fostering dozens of dogs for the same purpose through their nonprofit Growing Up Guide Dog, they realized Patrick was different.
It never stopped. He was so full of energy. We've never seen a dog like him.
So they weren't shocked when they turned him over for service dog training, only to learn he was not selected to continue with the program. But when they found out where he did land,
That was a big surprise for us.
in their decades of service dog puppy raising, they'd never produced a police dog. So they hardly expected to hear Patrick had made his way onto the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office roster. At the same time,
We were actually kind of relieved because it seemed like a much better match.
when they reunited with him at a Canine Trials event, they say they knew him instantly as the same high-energy, friendly dog they had raised. Only now he was going by the name Duke.
I think the story goes is that there was a captain or an upper level officer that had the name Patrick, and he said, you gotta change his name.
The Chapmans say they followed Duke's career from afar with a mixture of pride and relief. Relief that he had, in their view, found his calling. But then came grief.
As Duke was engaging with the suspect, it pulled him away from the door, which allowed us to swing it open just in time for Deputy Stewart to hear his canine start screaming in pain.
The Chapmans learned through social media Duke had been stabbed and killed Sunday, while he and his partner assisted Tracy police with the burglary suspect.
I always knew there was a chance that he could get harmed, that he could get hurt. And I always knew that he was so brave that he certainly wouldn't shy away from,
A challenge.
a challenge.
The Chapmans say Duke's impact will be felt not just within his law enforcement community, but within the larger guide dog communities around the world who continue to enjoy his training videos.
It's amazing how much work one dog can do.
It's a pretty extraordinary story we stumbled across there with the Chapman family, Duke's life before his career in law enforcement. As you saw from some of those pictures, he's been all over the country on various trips. Of course, their job was to socialize him and get him used to all the situations that he might have seen as the guide dog, as they thought. So he's been to Canada, he's been all over. And so ending this out with his law enforcement career, of course, it's awful what happened to him, but they do believe and take comfort in that he had a pretty full life, a life of service. Reporting from the Capitol, I'm Karma Dickerson, Fox 40 News.